Hello and welcome to the Fight to Fight with me, Holly Donovan. And today we have a very special guest. We have got the Queen of Queensbury. So yes, for everyone that doesn't know, the only woman signed by Queensbury currently, it is Chapman. So welcome, how are you?
Yeah, I'm very good, thanks, Holly. How are you? I like that intro.
Oh, thanks, Queen of Queensbury. You must have been called that loads of times.
Yeah, a lot of times. I know there is a ring announcer who is called the Queen of Queensbury as well, and she's really cool. So it'd be quite cool. She could do like my ring announcement one day.
That's perfect. You got to share the title. There's two queens of Queens.
That's it, exactly.
Yeah. Oh, you flipped again.
there is now. Oh no, I'm back.
No, that's perfect. It's all good. It's all good. How was your session at the gym? So you've just done boxing?
Yeah, so I did boxing this morning, and I'm actually going to be doing S&C. A few of my times changed, so after this, I'll be having my strength and conditioning.
Oh wow! Okay, cool.
Hence why I was early today.
That's very impressive. So, how many times are you working out in a day?
Normally twice a day. The length of sessions vary just depending on what I'm doing. But yeah, we sort of go for twice a day. 5 days a week, and then I have a consecutive 2 days rest at the body repair. But in those two sessions, I'm being pushed pretty hard.
Yeah. You're a bit right.
Yeah. Normally, like first proper week back in camp, and literally 2 days in, I was feeling it already. But I've nearly made it to the end of the week now. So
get that. We're nearly at Friday.
That's it. I'm feeling better as well already. So it was coming back quick.
Muscle memory. It's like, oh yeah,
exactly.
It's not Christmas.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's what I do. I don't sit and eat food.
That's hard. Well, I want to start off by saying congratulations on your last fight. So that was not very long ago, and my goodness, what a fight! So I rewatched it again this morning, and I was as for me as you do. She was no journeyman. This was a 19 wins on her. On her name. She's got so much experience, but you absolutely dominated, like just the entire way through. And I think you could have just ended it in the second round. I kind of think the ref should have. So how did you think it went?
Sort of same as you. I felt like there was a point in that second round where I think she didn't throw anything for about 30-40 seconds back, and she was just in a ball. And to be honest, it's actually harder trying to get someone out there with a clean shot when someone's not throwing back at you because they're not opening themselves up. And I think I could have probably got her out there if I'd stepped on the gas more throughout the fight. But I kind of, I had a really tired camp, like a back-to-back camp after my win in Manchester, which again was a real tough, grueling camp, and it was a tough fight. And I sort of went straight back into the gym, and I felt like I was getting ill towards the end of that one, and your body knows it can't, and it's like, right, okay, we'll keep fighting it. And then I thought, right, when I have that rest, and I can let my body relax, and I kind of just went straight into it and everything else. So I definitely felt tired in the fight with the heat and stuff, but I actually felt like I'm not going to put pressure on myself to get a stoppage right now when I know I'm a bit tired. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to showcase the things that we've been working on in the gym. And I feel like that's actually what I got to do. So anywhere else in the world, they probably would have stopped the fight in the second round. But in hindsight, it allowed me to do things that we've been working on within a fight, which was great to do as well. So it would be really great to have another knockout on my record. We know that it probably would have been had it not been where it was, and then wanting to keep the fights going on. But actually I got to practice a lot of things and got to see what was working for me. So it turned out really good. And I felt good in the fight, don't get me wrong, there's like no excuses there, but just knowing that I felt tired in my body, and I'm not going to try and wear myself out in the first 2 rounds to knock someone out who does not want to be knocked out. No. She did not want to be stopped at all, and
if that's
she was tough. She was tough.
She looked at, but if that's you tired, my God, like what's gonna happen this year?
I know, so it's exciting. Like I say, we're back in the gym, and because of that as well, we got to know a few more things that we want to work on in the gym and in the next few camps. And
Yeah.
we got to see the stuff that worked. And I say, I'm just really glad we got to showcase a little bit of my skill, not just that I'm an aggressive, come forward fighter.
No, the skills, your speed, your intensity, like everything was on point. Just it was honestly, it was really entertaining to watch. It was almost like a masterclass. I was like,
life.
Totally, yeah. When I think about, like, I listen to podcasts all the time, and your name, it's flying about. Everyone is really excited. Yeah. Well, I think the main reason, absolutely. I think the main reason why everyone is saying your name is because I still can't believe that Queensbury have signed a female. I mean, like, the last person was Nicola Adams, and obviously she was fantastic. But this must mean, and I mean, we can see it in your fights, but you're really special, like, for sure.
Yeah. I know Steffi obviously did a really hard sell to get them to sign me in the first place, but I think especially after my debut with Queensbury, that they were happy with that. Like, and I know Frank and the Warrens, you know, love me and love the team and love what we're about, and I think that's what's important as well. We have such a good rapport with them, and we really gel and we get on, not just them but everyone at Queensbury when we're there, when we're in fight week, and we're around it all, we're around everyone. It's just really good. Like, I couldn't ask for like a better promoter, really. You know, there's no, I feel wanted by them, if that makes sense. And I feel I've built a good relationship with everyone down there, from the people behind the scenes to the drivers to the Warrens as well, and that's important to me and my team too.
So had you met them before you got signed, or how did this, where were the contacts? How did they see?
So Steffi, one of Steffi's fighters, Jason Cunningham, he is signed with Queensbury, and you know, really loved how they were with him, how they treated him and stuff. And they were kind of asking about women's boxing to Steffi, and I think it was that, and I'd mentioned it before, a little while before, about going to Frank Warren and being on BT Sport. Like, they don't have any females on there. It's a really good platform to get onto, but it was quite hard to break through that barrier with it. So a little bit of pushing by Steffi, and having someone already in the stable with Jason, it just, you know, like I say, he did the hard sell on me, let them know I'd be entertaining and I'd produce some knockouts, and that's kind of what I've been doing. So I know I've seen a few bits of Frank saying, you know, he's not a hypocrite, and he has said he hasn't liked women boxing, but he does like me. And if anything, that's the most important thing. Whether he still doesn't like women's boxing, but he likes to see me box, that's fine.
You got to
come around.
That's exactly it. Do you want more women to join that stable, or are you happy being the one and only, or do you feel the pressure?
Yeah, well, I'm not going to lie. It's obviously a great opportunity for me, being the only female there. But, you know, one of the reasons I wanted to get on there was to be that kind of breakthrough as well, and show that women can be entertaining in their fights, and having the right people for the team work, and hopefully that'll open doors for other women. And just give more opportunities, and that's what it's about, especially at the moment, with building women's boxing. And obviously it's going from strength to strength. That's just another key to it.
Yeah, absolutely, I agree. Can I ask as well, so I love to rewind and find out, like, how women even get into boxing in the first place. So so I know you came to boxing, I don't want to say late, you were like 16, is that right? And how did it happen? I know maybe your dad was a big influence, or you tell me what happened. How did you become a boxer?
So my dad was a big influence, and as much as I didn't properly start doing it when I was 16, I grew up around boxing, but martial arts, really. My dad loved martial arts, and he was a Muay Thai fighter, kickboxer, loved boxing as well. So I kind of grew up around it, and I was a very sporty kid, but I liked to do everything, and was just my main sort of passion was kind of football at one point when I was a young teen, and that's what I really wanted to do and loved doing it, and I was pretty good at it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I kind of just from always being around it, but I was a bit of a shy kid as well. So in sort of those mid-teens, I got a bit shy and I didn't really do any training. I just trained with my dad and stuff. So I never felt like I had to learn how to throw a punch, because I could always just do it, because I'd always been around it. And then I think at 16, I was just going to an adult class, boxing class with my dad, and the guy that ran it was just one of the local amateur coaches, ran the local club, and just saw something in me and just told me I should get down and start training down there with their squad. But it took a little bit of convincing, so I just always used to train with my dad if I did boxing. I think the reason I didn't take it up sooner was because I was shy, and I didn't like going to these junior classes where there was other people my age there. It felt really weird. I didn't like it. I think I liked that more intense training that I used to get by joining my dad in his sessions and stuff. So yeah, that's kind of how I got into that.
And I guess as well, you had the more experienced people around you right from the very beginning.
Yeah. So I guess I'm watching people that are pretty good at the sport, and like I say, I don't just love boxing, I love all martial arts as well, and if I could, I would do as many of them as I can, but some of the ones I really want to do, there's a lot more risk of injury, so I can't really do it at the moment. But
do you reckon you might cross into MMA one day? Think that'd be
why not? Like, I probably, if there was opportunities there, I would. I randomly did like MMA tryouts in Thailand once.
That's cool.
Just because I happened to be out there at the same time as these tryouts, and I just thought, well, if I'm going to do it, I might as well go for MMA. Never done MMA before. Obviously, done a bit of kickboxing, Muay Thai, and boxing, but other than that, I've done drabs of jiu-jitsu, but never been able to consistently work at it. So that was a good experience, and I was that close to get it. And,
no way!
Yeah, the girl they gave it to, she's now, she was in the UFC, so it was a real good experience, and I loved it. And trying to train with like top class female MMA fighters from around the world was a great experience in itself as well. So yeah, like I say, another martial art what I love is jiu-jitsu, but I've just never been able to really consistently train it, and to get good at it you have to be consistent with it. So but that is where you get those injuries in the hands and your feet and little things like that, so I've got to be really careful. But I'd love to do that, and if I've got that consistency with it, then yeah, I definitely would take up some sort of MMA in the future, maybe.
And there's loads of people crossing over now as well, haven't you?
Yeah, exactly.
British Shields does it, you can do it, no problem.
Yeah.
Smash it over. So you spent a bit of time having an amateur career. I know you got 2 national titles. You got into Team GB as well. You're a graduate from
yeah.
How did you find your time there?
It was such a great experience to be a part of it and be there, and in the future to be able to look back and properly say that I was part of like the national team it's just amazing. And I learned a lot. I just felt like I wasn't me there, and I think some boxers find that it works for some people, it doesn't for others. And I stayed there for a while, so I really wanted to make it work, but it just didn't get the best out in me, and that's why I ended up deciding to leave, because I sort of come to them crossroads of like, do I keep trying at this opportunity, because it's the pinnacle, isn't it? It's what you want to do. You want to get to the Olympics and the Commonwealth Games, and that's the place to do that. But it was at a detriment to myself in the process, so it was kind of that choice to do it. And at the time when I was there, like I say, I made some amazing friends, I met some amazing people, I had some amazing experiences, and I loved every minute of it. So I'd never take it back. Sometimes I think, maybe I should have left sooner or not, but at the time when COVID came about, it was just the right time for me. And I had a really good relationship going with Steffi and training with him and alongside Terry. So I kind of had that. I suppose it's like that thing, everything happens for a reason, isn't it?
Yeah.
If I'd left sooner, I wouldn't have created those opportunities from leaving. That would have been a lot different. But when I left, I kind of had a plan and a goal. I knew what I wanted to do and wanted to achieve.
Yeah.
And it's just a case of, right, I'm going to try this, and if it works for me, then it's meant to be. And I feel like it's one of them things, people come along in your life when it matters the most.
When you need it. Do you think, was your dad with you? Because I know that your dad's still, like, you know, he's in your corner, he's there.
Yeah.
Do you think it was because he wasn't with you when you were at Team GB, or was he?
Yeah, I know he'll say it a lot. Like, I think he blames himself sometimes, which I wish he didn't, because I was a grown woman, like I made my choices. But yeah, my dad obviously coached me and trained me, and you know, we used to train 2-3 times a day, every day, before I got onto GB, and I'm pretty sure that was a massive part of what built me up and got me onto the squad and where I was in the amateurs. And then without that, I think, without that structure that I had with dad, but you know, he was working as well and couldn't really give me that time anymore either. So it was one of them. But I don't know if I was still training with dad, would I've wanted to be at GB anyway. I may have had to decide to left sooner. So I think it was like, when dad watches this, because I know he'll watch it, he watches all my interviews. Don't blame yourself, and don't worry about me and what happened, because look at where we are now. It's, you know, it's gone down.
Absolutely. I think it's a gorgeous story as well, that, you know, you started with him, you know, in those adult classes, and now he's there and you're in your professional career. Like, it's lovely that you come together again.
Yeah, and as much as my dad doesn't like hold the pads for me as much now, like every time I can, we will. But to still have him there as part of the journey is very, very important.
Yeah.
He just needs to learn not to annoy me so much in fight week.
I was gonna say, I argue all the time with, like, how do you separate that?
Oh no. That's what, you don't need to know. I can be they call me a dragon sometimes, especially when you're doing that last bit of dieting and making weight and you're just hungry. Dad's the one that gets it in the neck for sure. Although saying that, out in Dubai, my boyfriend came out and he got it in the neck instead of my dad. So my dad was very happy to have him there.
I'd be like, you come this time. That's their job.
Yeah. He said afterwards, right, your money tree's run out and I'm not taking that shit anymore. Fair enough.
Oh no. Well, I was going to ask you about your sparring, because I've seen you on Instagram sparring with Terry Harper. I've seen, like, that must be cool. And Ellie Scotney you train with sometimes as well. And I even saw a video of you and Tyson Fury. Like,
we're regular sparring for each other.
Are you really? Did he actually hit you?
Obviously, yeah. Not really. He just kind of did, you know, your typical cartoon where the hand goes on the head and you're just swinging and you're nowhere near. He did that kind of typical. It was very much like that.
Oh my God. Was that when you were signed with Queensbury, or was that like?
That was just, I was on a holiday in Spain near Marbella, and we went down there to train, and Tyson Fury came in. I was sparring a lad at the time when he came in and paced him a bit, and he was just watching the spar like, oh fucking hell, she can fight, can't she? And then afterwards he was just giving all the mouth, as you can imagine, Fury style, and he sort of said to me, me and you, we're gonna spar, we're gonna spar. I was like, oh yeah, like thinking nothing of it. He's just saying it. And then after he did pads, he was training with Ben Davison at the time. After he'd finished his pads with Ben, he'd come over like, right, get in the ring. And I remember turning around going, I need my gum shield. And so I was just like, well, yeah. I would, with Tyson Fury. Okay. So it was mad, real mad experience. And it's just crazy that happened way before I was even in talks with Queensbury, before I was thinking of turning pro, and now we're on the same platform.
Yeah. Do you think he said anything? Like,
You never know. I remember at the time saying, "I'll put in a good word for me," but whether he did or not, I mean, if he did, it obviously worked. So.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you never know. There might be like your secret.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
That's
Tyson
it.
Fury spotted.
But yeah, no, it's cool. And obviously, even from that, like he knows who I am and remembers me from that. So whenever I see him around and stuff, he's always proper chatty and he's just funny, isn't he?
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
Yeah.
Feel a bit sorry for Paris putting up with that all day, every day. To be fair, it might get a bit much, but
exactly.
He's wicked. So.
Oh, she's probably secretly happy that he came out of retirement.
Probably.
Go back.
Yeah, please.
Oh, so what's next for you then, Raven? Like 2023, I'm looking and thinking that it's going to be massive for you. I mean, there's no way it can't be. Like, you have everything. I honestly, when I watch you, I really am like, oh my God, she's good. So, what would you like?
That.
No, it's true. Like, because I'm always looking for female fights. And the first thing was because I would never turn to Queensbury, because I would never really look at a card because I wouldn't find a female fight on it. And now you've changed that. So that was instant. Like, tick, she's great.
Yeah.
And then watching you perform and prove it, like every time you've had a fight, has just been like, as a fan, I'm really excited. So what's next? How are you going to smash everything up? How are you going to, what would you like to happen this year?
So I think now definitely this year all fights are going to be pretty big fights. They're going to be tough fights, which is awesome. That's what you want. That's what you train so hard for in the gym. So hopefully I'll be out soon. I'm on holiday at the end of this month. My manager just sort of said, you've got to still live your life and enjoy yourself. And so going away at the end of January and then back straight into camp, and hopefully I should be out in March time. It'll definitely be some sort of defense, whether we could add another strap to it, that would be great. And as long as that momentum keeps going, I just see it in a big fight with Serrano at the end of the year. Hopefully she'll unify with Cruz, have a fight with Katie, and then defend her featherweight titles against me.
That's literally where
that would be the dream. That's a dream year for me. So we'll see. We just got to make it happen.
Yeah, that would be such a good fight. Your styles and both you've got both of you such intensity.
Yeah, it would be explosive for sure. Like you wouldn't want to take your eyes off it, 'cause you might miss something.
Yeah,
and I know, and that's kind of what I'm gonna do this year, is just prepare for those really hard fights. Because that's what it's about. That's what you want. And I know this year is going to be a big year. I can feel it.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna be watching. Joe, I'm dead excited about you. So we're gonna be watching.
Thank you.
I do a lot of preview shows. I'm gonna be like, every time you're fighting, I'm like, look everybody.
Oh yeah, definitely. You've got to get on there.
Absolutely. So thank you so much for joining us today. I really appreciate it.
No, thank you for asking me. I'm glad I finally got on.